What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. If this is your first time to my channel, then welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, then welcome back. Y'all know I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. And tonight it is time for Tipsy Tuesday, and we are on our fourth and final week of our Side Hustle Workshop series. And I have a lot to get into tonight. My apologies because I'm running a little bit behind, but let me just do some quick social media checks, and I am going to drop these gems for you so we can go ahead and get into it. If for some reason you are not hearing or seeing me, please let me know. But so far, it looks like I am okay. Let me just check one other spot, and then we should be good. Good to go. Of the Side Hustle Workshop series, then please let me know in the chat. If you have not, that's okay too, because you can always catch the replay. All right, looks like we are good on all ends. All right, so I got my notes. I got all my stuff I need to go over. And even though this is the final night, I'm not sugarcoating anything. We're going to get straight to the point. And hopefully, if you follow these steps, you will stop treating your hustle like a hobby and start operating it like the business that it is. That is the whole goal. As well as you follow these steps so that you can at least make $100. That's the bare minimum that you should be able to make in a month once you implement all of these things. So if you've been slacking or lacking, you've had 4 weeks or really like 3 weeks to get everything in place. So you have no excuses for not making money in your side hustle, okay? So it's time for you to level up, start collecting those coins. Now, if you are new to Tipsy Tuesday, though, basically what we do is we take some sips as I share some tips, and I do this every Tuesday at 10 p.m., okay? Now, drop a fire emoji in the chat if you are ready to level up your business and to stop playing small. Really quickly, since this is our fourth and final workshop, I'm just going to do a quick recap to help connect the dots, especially if you are joining because you are new or anything like that. So week one, we basically, that's what I'm going to call, we kind of help plant the seed. That's where you validated your idea and to make sure you were solving a real problem, because that's essentially all of business is you're solving a problem, okay? Week two, that is when we created our mini offer and we priced it. So we talked about how to appropriately price your offer, because some of y'all be undercharging and undervaluing yourselves, and we need to make sure you get paid. Now, week three was really good and spicy because it talked about how to sell without sounding like sleazy or spammy, or spammy and scammy and stuff like that. So we talked about how to build a good sales strategy, okay, without sounding too salesy or anything. And now week four is all about fulfillment and systems and repeatability, okay? So tonight we're talking about how to deliver, delight, and do it again. So let me put that in the chat. So if you come in late, you will see what we're talking about. So week four, Side Hustle Workshop, we are talking about how to deliver, delight, and do it again. Oh, hold on. Side Hustle Workshop, week four. And y'all, I do have a couple of church announcements for you that I'm about to share. So we're going to deliver, delight, and do it again and again and again and again. That's all about business is, and do it again. All right, let me put this on the screen so that y'all can see it. All right, real quick too. Okay, went up there. So real quick, y'all, even though tonight we're talking about how to deliver, delight, and do it again. So even though this is the finale of the Side Hustle Workshop, it is not the end. it is only just the beginning, because your girl has some more stuff lined up for you. I'm not going to tell you everything, okay? But I am just going to let you know that I got some brand new content coming out. Brand new content. I'm also trying to create a brand new space for you with some brand new energy. And I even have a free live session coming up. Now, I know you might be like, well, we catch these for free. No, this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more exclusive, okay? It's not going to be open to the public and open to everybody, all right? So make sure you stay with me until the end so that I can share with you a little bit more about what we have, what's coming up next for y'all, so that y'all can do well in your business, okay? So trust me, you do not want to miss it. So make sure you stay tuned, all right? So if you're excited about that, you can also let me know by dropping a fire emoji in the chat. But we are going to go ahead and get into tonight's topic: how to deliver, delight, and do it again and again and again and again. All right. So the first thing that I want you to do is I am going to teach you how to make fulfillment simple. So you have to, once you made the sale, you have to deliver on that. Okay. That's what we're talking about. That's the first D. We're going to deliver. So that is fulfillment. Okay. So confused clients don't pay. All right. I said it before. If your client is confused, they're not going to pay. All right. Confused clients don't pay. And definitely, if you got them to pay once, they definitely not going to pay twice. All right. Because your clients, they don't just buy results, they buy experience. And that's that process starts with your onboarding. Now you might be like, I don't really need an onboarding process. I'm just selling t-shirts. I'm just selling, I don't know, soap or candles or whatever it is. I don't need an onboarding process. Call it what you want. Your customers, your clients, they have an experience, and all of them should have an experience that you have uniquely designed and curtailed just for them. What is the experience you want them to have? That is the onboarding process, okay? And if you don't know, if you just are just focused on collecting your coins and collecting your money, then you're missing out on an opportunity to wow them and deliver in the most effective way so that they can keep coming back again and again. Have you ever had somebody who is like really good at cooking, and they might have some really, really good food, but their customer service isn't that good? And sometimes it's like you don't even want to come back, even though the food is doggone good. You don't want to come back because their customer service is not that great. Have you experienced that? Like, I don't feel like dealing with that. Okay. So that's why you might have gotten them once. Somebody might even recommended them recommended you for your product or service. But if you're not creating that unique experience for people, then they're not necessarily going to circle back twice. All right. So you need to have an onboarding experience. Okay. So here's how you can make sure they have a smooth process when it comes to your delivery or for your fulfillment. Number one, you need to make sure you are welcoming them, okay? And I know you might say, well, they just buying a shirt or whatever. You still need to find a way to like welcome them, thank them, that kind of thing. So you want to welcome them by thanking them and letting them know what's next, all right? Then you need to let them know how it works, all right? So what is the process? What are they looking like? If they're ordering a shirt from you, that could be on your website. So your website should be like, welcome to Rita's Shirts or whatever. And you should have how it works. You place your order, we ship it in 3 days, and you get your product or whatever it is. All right. So you need to let them know how it works. And then you need to let them know what the next action step is. Okay. You give them one clear thing to do, whether it's to pay. Okay, like if it's something very direct and straightforward, they need to pay, if they need to schedule, if they need to send information, if they need to provide an email, you have to give them instructions, because what confused clients don't pay. All right, and they definitely not going to pay twice. So you have to outline the blueprint form, because if you've ever been to a website and you don't know what to do next, what do? I won't say log off, but you don't linger on there. You don't stay on there long. You're going to get off the website because you're like, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I don't even know where their products are. Now, there have legit been businesses, and this has happened to me recently. where I genuinely wanted to buy their product and wanted to support their product. Or I had like I was at InvestFest and I ran in, they had a whole bunch of vendors. And so there were a couple of products where I was like, oh, this is amazing. Went to their website. It is so confusing. I still haven't gotten my product. Like I wanted to buy more and I haven't been able to buy more because their website is not clear, is not concise. And also I gotta go look for their business card to try and find a phone number. The phone number is on the website too, but things are just not, it's just not listed like it's supposed to. So I genuinely want to buy something from them, but the website is kind of confusing. It's not very clear. All right. So keep that in mind. Whatever you're selling, whether you're selling in person, whether you sell stuff online, however you do it, you need to have a fulfillment process that welcomes the customer. Thank you so much for taking time out to even look at my shirts, to even look at my candles, to even visit my website. Because I ain't have to do that. Like I say, I value my time. How I spend my time is precious to me. So appreciate when people decide to spend a little bit of their time with you, whether it's looking at a product, whether it's seeing what you have to offer, whatever it is. Appreciate that, okay? Let me take a sip. This. Oh, all right. Hold on, y'all. And then the internet is acting up. What's up, April? I see you. She says, hello, all. April, she dropped a whole bunch of fire emojis in the chat. She says she is ready. And these look like fire trucks. Are these fire trucks? That's what I think they are. All right. So thank you, April. You are definitely ready. All right. Good to see you as always. All right. But I've been talking too long about that. I didn't mean to get on my soapbox about that, but it's very, very important for you to make the fulfillment process very simple to your client. Okay. So the first point was, and she says, yes, fire trucks. Yes, putting out all that fire. So in order to deliver, you need to make your fulfillment process simple. Make your fulfillment process simple. All right, don't overcomplicate it. People just need to know how they can get your product, how they can buy it, when it's going to come to them, all that kind of stuff, how they can pay for it. All right. So you need to welcome them, tell them how it works and whatever their next action steps should be. Okay. So I want you to practice that when it comes to you making your fulfillment process. You need to put down your welcome, how it works, and the next step that you want your person to take, or your client or your customer to take. All right, because clarity keeps clients calm and keeps your coins coming. Y'all like that alliteration that I just did? Say that 10 times fast. Clarity keeps clients calm and keeps your coins coming. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat because if I say it again, I'm probably gonna mess it up. So clarity keeps your clients calm and your coins coming. Because oftentimes, even in businesses, people, if they're confused, that's when people's anxiety goes up. And then they start questioning everything you do because you have not given them a clear direction or a clear method of how things are going to play out and how things are going to be fulfilled. Okay. That's when you get antsy. Okay. Case in point, if you were to walk into, say, a fast food restaurant, Chick-fil-A or anything like that, and you were just standing there and you were in line, but nobody is coming up there to greet you and nobody is saying, now I say Chick-fil-A, but that's not going to happen at Chick-fil-A. But say you went into Chick-fil-A and nobody's coming up there to greet you. Nobody's coming in to take your order. Their screens are down, so you can't even see what you need to order. Although, you done been there so many times, you already know what you want. But when you see all that confusion, when you see that things are not clear, what happens? You're like, oh my goodness, something's going on. And then sometimes, some of us, I know for me personally, at some of the other businesses, if I see that and it's too confusing and too chaotic, I'm walking out the door. Nobody can't speak to me when I come in. I'm sitting at the in line, and I'm the only person in line, and nobody hasn't greeted me. And you're walking. I see employees walking back and forth, ignoring me. Guess what? I am going to walk out the door, because clarity keeps your clients calm and your coins coming. Okay. I'm not calm anymore. No one has addressed me. Nobody has welcomed me. Nobody has even said, I'll be right with you to take your order if they are busy. Instead, if they can't say, how can I take your order or whatever, or how can I help you today? No one has given me any clear direction of what's going to come next. And because of that, oftentimes I will leave an establishment if I feel like I have not been welcomed. That's why your fulfillment process, the first thing you need to do is welcome people, whether that's something just as simple as saying hi. Now I'm getting back on my soapbox again, because going back to these vendors that I saw at InvestFest, and vendors when I go to other events, they're standing at their booths and they don't even say a thing. Don't be that kind of person. If you have a product or service and you're displaying it in a fair or vendor marketplace, whatever it is, or just at an event, at least speak to the people walking by. At least welcome them. At least invite them in to see what you have to offer. Don't just stare and look at them. Don't just think that your product is so fabulous and amazing enough that it's going to compel people. It's going to magnetize people to come over there on their own. Okay? It doesn't happen that way. And you will attract more people when you welcome them in, when you speak to people and say, hey, come over here and look and try my product, or come over here, check out my t-shirts. Can I interest you into this candle, this soap, this product? Try this out. Feel this on your hands. Feel how soft this t-shirt is. You have to give them something. Okay. That is all the fulfillment process is. All right. Now, we're gonna move on to the next point, but let me know. Drop a X in the chat if you know your onboarding process needs some work. All right, and we all stand for room for improvement. I know even with me, I can definitely improve. But if you feel like your process is pretty doggone good, you can put a check in the chat to let us know. But if you already know, I need to clean up my process and stop the madness, put an X in. But if you say I got it on point, go ahead and put a check mark. Good for you, sis. All right. Let me see. April says that's the mystery shopper in you. LOL. You know what? Honestly, April, I was like that before I really did like mystery shopping like that. I'm just like, if you're not speaking to me, my coins can be spent somewhere else. I need to feel welcome. I need to feel loved. I need to feel that you want me here. I need to feel special. Okay. Because I felt you were special enough for me to spend a little bit of time with you. So I need you to reciprocate. It's a mutual, it's a mutual relationship. Okay. I need you to reciprocate that welcomingness that I extended to you. Okay. All right. Hold on, April. I'm confused. I am confusion. How you got check marks and the X's? So some stuff is good and some stuff needs work. Well, like I said, I know for myself, I need to work on some stuff, but I'm going to move on to the next point. The second point I'm going to make is, your systems. You need to have some systems in place, because your systems will create calm. All right. So we're going to be talking about systems, and your systems do not have to be big. They can be tiny. So tiny systems can lead to big calm. And all that is your organization process. Like, how do you handle your clients, your customers, and keep track of them? Okay. So I'm going to put point number 2 in. April says, I'm a little bit of both. I feel you. There's always room for improvement. But hold on. So tiny systems lead to big calm. And I'm going to break this down and explain it to you and see if you can relate. So sometimes we think we need to have all these complicated systems in place so that we can keep track of our clients and be able to fulfill stuff for them. Okay. You don't need that. All you need is something that I am calling lasso. 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 So you need somewhere that you keep your leads. All right. So you need to keep track of your leads. That's the L in Lasso. So you need to track all the names of your clients and customers, like in a sheet or a document. You need something for appointments. That's the A. So you need a scheduling link. And you can look at that if you sell stuff online. You need some kind of place, some app. We can say appointments or apps where they can go to be able to get your stuff, get your product, or schedule with you if it's an appointment. You need the S. The first S in Lasso is you need something to send and collect payments. So whether that's an invoicing system, whether that's a POS system, you just need some kind of simple payment system for you to be able to collect your coins from your clients. The second S in Lasso is you need a storage system, okay? You have to have somewhere that you are storing all of your client information, okay? So that sheet that you have is not a little piece of paper that you keep in a little notebook that you carry around in your car or something like that, or you scribble the person's name down on a sheet of paper and now you're searching around and looking for it later. No, you need one central location where you're keeping all of your clients' names, information, and stuff, okay? And then the O in Lasso is you need your own operations checklist, okay? And this is just a repeatable step-by-step process. This will streamline stuff for you so that you're not trying to remember stuff, so that you're not trying to recall, oh, what did I do last time? Or how was I supposed to do this last time? Or where did I put this? Okay. If you just remember Lasso, something somewhere where you can keep your leads, something for appointments, something simple for you to process payments, something simple for you to store stuff in a storage system, and then your that and this. Okay. Once I hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry. Once the order is submitted, this is what I do. So you need an operations checklist. Okay. So if you set it once, you can use it 100 times. Oftentimes we don't even set it that first time because we're in a rush. We're trying to do stuff. We're still piecing things together, especially when you're new in your business and your side hustle. You're still piecing a lot of things together, and I won't say grasping at straws. You're not the most organized. So the Lasso system will help you to get organized or become better organized so you can streamline your process. Set it one time so that you can use it 100 times plus over and over and over again. Okay. And even I have had to come to the realization with that is just trying to start putting some structure in place so that I can keep doing it and repeating it over and over and over again. So your girl is not immune to it. All right. I'm sharing these things with you because these are strategies that I myself have had to implement when it comes to different things in my business, as well as making sure I'm executing like I'm supposed to. Okay. So set it once and then you'll be able to use it 100 times. Okay. So stop keeping your leads and your text messages and trying to find the person's name. Like, what was that person's name again? If you have it in a spreadsheet with their phone number, you don't have to be looking. Oh, was her name Tiffany or Stephanie? Stop using Cash App. Have something set up. I mean, you can use Cash App or whatever, but you want to make sure you're legit and operating like it's supposed to be. Okay. And also, and I'm guilty of this, I'm raising my hand. You need to put your files somewhere instead of the abyss that is that downloadable folder account that you have on your computer or whatever. When you download stuff, you know what? I downloaded it. It's on my computer. I really had to do that because like a few months ago, I don't know how ago it's been, maybe 5 to 6 months ago, my computer crashed. You know how many files I lost because I had downloaded them and I was like, oh, they'll be there. I'll be able to get it later if I really need it. Now I have no access to those files. Like and that computer is probably 2 or 3 years old. Maybe it was time for me to update anyway, but it's stuff on there. So I had to get real and be like, okay, you can't keep doing this because the computer I have now, I don't even like it. The computer I'm using now, I keep saying I need to upgrade because this is a tangent. I had to buy it out the store, out the box or whatever, because the computer literally crashed. And it was in May. It was in May. I remember my computer crashed because that was when I was doing the money affirmations each morning. And I was like, I need my computer. Like, I could go live on my phone, but I was like, I prefer to do it on my computer. And I had some other stuff I had to do. So I was like, I need my computer. So I literally went to the store and got a new computer. Usually when it comes to buying my computer, I do a whole bunch of research on it, and I order directly from the company and have them build my computer and send it to me. So I don't even like this one. I can tell it's a regular store computer because it's kind of flimsy. So I keep saying I'm going to upgrade. But I said all that to say I lost all my files because I did not have a system in place. Instead of just saying, oh, I downloaded that information and it's on my computer, I can always retrieve it. And that's what I would do. I would search for the stuff, know it was in a download folder, and retrieve it that way, instead of putting it in a cloud storage folder or something like that, where no matter what happens, I'm going to have access to it. Okay. So put it all in one place. Learn from my mistakes. Okay. Put it all in one place, put it there, set it up, and be done with it. Okay. So I know I'm not alone. I know I can't be the only one who's been chasing down files from your download folder, or files that, oh, I know I got that email, or I saved it in an email, or I send it to myself so it can be in my email. How many of y'all have done that? You send it to yourself so it's in your email. If I'm being honest, I still do that. I'll still send it to myself for some stuff. All right. Be honest and put the hand raise emoji in the chat if that is you. All right. But we are not going to do that. We are going to start using the lasso method and get organized and create these systems in place for our business, because we are going to deliver delight and keep doing it again and again and again when we have repeat customers. All right. All right. Now, those were the first two tips, but I'm going to take a real quick pause. And I need to take a breather, okay? Because once again, like I was saying, y'all, I got so much stuff in store for you. I know this is week 4 of the Side Hustle Workshop. And like I said earlier, this is not the finale, y'all. I have been working behind the scenes and cooking up some more stuff for you. I have some videos coming out for you that are where I'm trying to give you more help as well as information on a more regular and consistent basis, and also give you like bite-sized information, so it's not in these long live videos where you're having to search for information or watch the whole replay or something like that. So I got some videos out that are going to be coming out where I'm just going to share some really quick tips to help you in your business. Also, I'm going to be launching a couple of different series, so to speak, that are going to just be more candid videos, as well as, but still applying to business as well as to money. So I got Rita's Rants and Raves coming out, and this stuff will be coming within the next 2 weeks, but definitely in October. And Rita's Rants and Raves is just when I need to get some stuff off of my chest and be a little bit more candid with you guys, as well as some gold digger hot takes for you, where I'm just going to share some unpopular opinions about my perspective and things that other people, they just don't want to say out loud. So this is some of the things that I am cooking up, as well as just creating more spaces, more opportunities for y'all to be able to network with me and utilize some of my, tips and stuff regarding business. All right. So it's coming very, very soon. It's definitely going to be spicy. So make sure you are tuned in and locked in with me. Okay. All right, now we're going to get into point number 3. That's our last and final point for us in the delight, deliver, and do it again and again. And then April says, I have texted information to a friend so I can store it for later. LOL. Oh, girl. I usually would just email it to myself. I will email it to myself, but I feel you. My mom asked me to do it. She's like, well, just text it to me and then I'm like, Mama, I don't want to do that. But I will email it to myself. All right. So the third and final point I have is that you need to repeat and retain those customers and clients that you end up getting, okay? Because new clients are cute, especially when you have a new business and a new side hustle. But repeat clients are even finer. They look even better when you can just keep getting that repeat business. And it is so beautiful. It is such a blessing. It can also be a little bit, it can also be a little bit overwhelming, but if you can get repeat customers, that is absolutely wonderful. Okay, because the easiest money is the money that keeps coming back again and again and again and again. Because honestly, in business, it takes a lot more money to attract new customers and new clients than it does to get repeat customers and clients. So that's why when you get somebody who actually wants to support your business, actually wants to buy something from you, you need to find out how to retain them. Okay, you need to find out how to keep them coming around, how to keep them supporting your business, because it is a lot harder to get new customers than it is to retain old customers or current customers. Okay, so you want to keep them happy, you want to keep them excited, you want to keep them engaged and wanting to come back and keep supporting you. Okay, so how can you do this? I'm going to give you 3 steps so you can keep getting repeat business. All right. First and foremost, you want to give them a quick win. Okay. You want to make sure they get results. What does that mean? You want to make sure your product is as good as they think it is. That was why they came to see you. All right. So you don't want it to be a dud. You don't want to get them all hyped up and then they find out, oh, your candles, they only burn for a half an hour and then the wick goes out or whatever. You don't want that. Or the soap smelled good, but then it left me with a rash. God forbid. I'm just using these as random examples. Okay. So you want to make sure they get the result that they desired from you. And that goes back to what I said before. You got to make sure you are creating experience for them that they are going to enjoy and want to keep experiencing again and again and again. All right. So you got to give them a quick win. All right. And that's giving them a result. Tell them or offer them. All right, y'all, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with the internet. I guess the signal is spotty, so I apologize. All right, so I was talking about the 3 steps. Hopefully, you heard the first step was you need to give them a quick win, so you need to deliver results. The second one was you need to upsell or offer them a next level of service. Okay, so you need to figure out, hey, if you're selling them soaps, maybe if you have something else, like, hey, have you tried this fragrance of the soap? Have you also looked into body butters or something like that? Oh, you want this t-shirt? Well, you know what? I see you like the t-shirts with these types of sayings on there. I designed this t-shirt specifically for someone like you. Don't get to lying, okay? Just say specifically for someone like you, not for you, okay? Especially if you didn't really design it for them. All right. It's for someone like you. So you want to keep offering, like, hey, we just got something new out that I think you would enjoy. Everything I'm sharing with you guys are blueprints and strategies from what the big businesses do. I always tell y'all, if you pay attention to what these other businesses are doing, they will literally breadcrumb you the blueprint for what you need to do in your business. And if you have a system in place, like using the lasso system so that you can have touch points and know how to reach back out to your clients and customers, it makes it easier for you to do this. Just like now, the seasons are changing. I'm already getting offers from people. Like, I'm going to use Nothing But Cakes since I got something recently in a form of a text message. Every time they have a new flavor that comes out, guess what? They send me a text message. Every time something new comes out with them, they send me a text message. So they have these big businesses have ways to say, hey, I need you to come back. You did business with us once. Come on back again. Come check us out. I'm going to offer you $5 off this or $10 off that. Okay. I always say, now be careful with how you discount stuff, but that's how you get people to come back and be repeat sellers. Okay. You offer them something back that you like the person who does my facials and stuff like that. Yes, I pretty much will get facials on a regular basis, but I also know that periodically from time to time she drops specials. So I'm always on the lookout. Let me see when she gonna drop a special, and I'm definitely coming back. Okay. Because I can save, $10 off or $20 off or whatever she's offering. I'm looking for that so that I can come back and be a repeat customer. Okay. So that is the ways you can get a repeat customer, get repeat business. You need to give them a result. You need to offer them or upsell them on stuff or on other things. So that also means, it goes without saying, that means you got to be consistent in your business. Okay. Yes, I'm getting closer. You have to be consistent in your business. Okay. Because that's what it goes without saying. If you're going to offer them something else again, that means that you're still in business. You're still operating at the high level that you started off with when you first kicked off that business or side hustle, and you haven't slacked off or fallen off or gotten overwhelmed or gotten burnt out. And now you've kind of ghosted your customers and nobody is seeing you anymore. Okay. So the third and final thing you can get tip that I'm going to share with you about getting repeat customers is you need to ask for a referral. Okay. So anywhere, depending on the time frame, I usually say 3 to 7 days after you have delivered on that product or service that you provided to them, you need to ask for a referral. Ask for a client testimonial. Ask for them to give you some feedback, okay? Feedback in the form of a testimony. Just check in and say, hey, I hope you were enjoying the product. Just checking on you to see how you were doing. Thank you so much for supporting my business. It was a pleasure serving you. Something like that, okay? That touch point. If I did an exceptional job, would you please consider leaving a review for my business? That's what you need to do, okay? Because if they do in fact buy it and they love it, and you send them a message like that, they're gonna feel like you really care and value their business, okay? And because of that, once again, creating that experience, they're gonna appreciate the experience even more, okay? So remember, the easiest money is the money that keeps coming back again and again and again and again, so that you can keep doing business and making sales again and again and again and again, okay? And growing your business, all right? Excuse me. So real quick, in order to get repeat business, you need to deliver a quick win. You need to offer an upgrade or a renewal, and then you need to ask for a referral, okay? So drop some money in the chat if you're ready to stop chasing strangers and start cashing in on your repeat clients. All right. Stop chasing these people down. I mean, don't stop completely, but chase after the ones who already love you. All right. What they say, love the one who loves you back. All right. These new people, you don't know if they're gonna love you or not. But the people who've already bought from you, they already love you. So love the ones who love you back. All right. Then show them some love so that they can love on you and love on your business and spend more money with you. All right. So that is what I have. Oh, April, you cutting up tonight. April talking about the shampoo smell heavenly, but it made me bald. Yeah, my hair started falling out in clumps. I am not supporting that because you don't want no bad press either. All right, so I see April dropped her money bags or her money in the chat. So I appreciate it. I know April's gonna be hustling. April already be making money. All right. So I want you to practice these things this week in your business. Just a real recap on what you need to be doing. When it comes to your onboarding process, that's when you're welcoming new clients and stuff like that. You need to welcome them, show them how things work, what's their net, how they should be doing stuff, and then what's the next steps. And once you deliver on that, you need to follow up with them and treat them like royalty, treat them like gold. And the way you're going to be able to follow up with them is because you're going to put your lasso system in place so that you can easily be able to find out who these clients are, who these customers are, and how you can continue to be in contact with them, okay? So that you can ask for a referral or offer them a new offer from your business, okay? So we went through everything from coming up with your idea to learning how to price whatever your product or service is. We talked about how your sales strategy, how you can sell your product and service. And the last and final thing that we just talked about tonight is how to deliver that product or service to the customer or the client, and not only just how to deliver it, but how to keep them coming back again and again and again. All right. So if you do this, you don't just have a side hustle, you actually have a business, you actually have an operation in place. All right. So as always, I have homework for you, because I always say, don't just be listening to me and don't do anything. All right. We need some execution and action behind all this, the viewing. Okay. So this week, or within the next 7 days or so, I want you to set up your onboarding message for one client. Because what did we talk about? Once you set it up, if you set it up one time, you can use it 100 times. All right. So set up your onboarding message for your clients. I want you to set up at least one lasso system this week, at least one, because you might have to put multiple systems in place. And then see if you can collect one testimonial or a referral from a client or customer. All right. So that's what I want you to do. So I'm going to put the homework in the chat real quick. And then couple last final church announcements. So homework is send your onboarding message. Set up lasso system. Let me pick it all capital, lasso system. And the final thing is collect one testimonial. Hopefully you can do this. If you followed it, and if you have not done any of the other previous videos, then guess what? Your homework is to watch those previous videos and set up that stuff too. All right. Okay. All right. So I told you, if you stuck with me to the end, I had something very important and exciting to share with you guys. All right. So church announcements, as always, I am live, not always, but as always for the month of September, I am live at 8 a.m. sharing with you some millionaire mindset action steps and moves that you need to make. So tap into those for the remainder of the month. If you have not seen those, then definitely make sure that you catch the replay. And then after that, that is where I am hosting. All right, y'all, the internet hating on me today. The devil is busy. But what I was saying is, in a couple weeks, I am going to be launching my free launch and learn workshop. Well, not workshop, I should say webinar. Okay. Now, this will not be on YouTube. This will not be on Facebook or anything, or however you typically watch. All right. You will have to sign up exclusively for that. Okay. Because I want to make sure I'm getting people who are really committed to their business and committed to growing their business and their side hustle. So it's going to be a community. It's going to be, and even the webinar is going to be where you can interact with me. Like right now, I can only interact with you guys through the chat and everything. But with this, you'll be able, to ask your questions in real time and interact with me that way. All right. So this will be free. So make sure you are tapped in with me on any of my social media platforms. So whether it's YouTube, Facebook, IG, however, I'll make the announcement on all of those platforms. But to actually be in the room, to actually participate in the webinar, that is going to be a closed community where I will be sharing that information. Okay. So make sure you lock in, tap in as I share that and share how you can become a part of that. Because like I said, I want people who are serious. All right. I get a lot of, I won't say, there's a lot of people who might check out the videos on YouTube or Facebook, but they might check it out in passing. They might check it out casually. I want people who are committed. I want people who are tired of being stuck in their side hustle. They are ready to make it grow. They are ready to make money from it. Those are the people who I'm looking to attract. And so with that being said, I'll have a special webinar, launch and learn from them for them, coming up in a couple of weeks. All right. And as I mentioned before, on top of all that, if you're not serious and you just curious, then I'll still have some fire free content that I'll still be putting out on YouTube and everything for you guys. Like I said, I'm still gonna, whenever you're ready, you can partake. But I'll have some new stuff coming out for you. I already mentioned some of the things earlier as well. All right. So this is not the end. This is just the pre-show. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this content, if it has been helpful for you, please, please, please be sure to like the video. And if you could do me a favor, also share the video with someone who you think could benefit from it. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell, because y'all know these algorithms be doing what they want to do. All right. But make sure the bell is turned on for my channel. And because even sometimes when the bell is turned on, I know for some of the channels I follow, I don't always get to see the content that they have. But in the next couple of weeks, you want to make sure that you are locked in so that you can see the new things that I'm having to offer and to see how you can participate in that free webinar. All right. And also, if you haven't already done so, you can follow me on Facebook as well as IG. Okay. All right. I think that is all. But hopefully you'll have front row seats to all these new money moves that I'm about to do. Drop a gem in the chat if you're ready for all the new content that I'm about to have to offer. And if you're excited to see what I have next. All right. Let me know. All right. And April says, good night. Good night, April. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 a.m. for Millionaire Mindset Mornings. Bye, guys.